Vanja, thank you for joining us. Vanja Baljak is head of e-branch in Zagrebačka banka, which is the largest bank in Croatia and part of UniCredit group. And he is also responsible and has a focus on products which are used remotely from the clients. Today we will be talking about advanced appointment system. It's an interesting story. It's, I would say, first of all, it came up as a set of features which can be offered to the clients, but if you look at it as a product, it really opens a different perspectives on how it can be used. My colleague Tomo Jukic cannot join us. He's unfortunately sick, so I will be jumping in and sharing our view of the whole process. Vanja, please.
Hello everyone. As Luka said, I work in Zagrebačka banka as head of e-branch for 1 year. Before that, I worked 3.5 years in call center. So I'm in the area of thinking how to make clients' life easier. So I will also try to keep it simple and let's say flowly this presentation, so we can tell you what we did and how the clients reacted and what maybe you can do in your companies. If this is working, yes. So just in short, we will talk about key messages, what is new meeting scheduling in Zagrebačka banka, what are the values for the customer and for the bank, how we see it as branch managers, and what clients told about this application. So, what changed? We didn't have meeting scheduling in the mobile banking applications, so we added this extra feature. We also added it on the starting point of the mobile banking, so you can see it on top. And we also added on the web page. We had it before, but the process was not so simple. So I will explain how we changed it. And we also have it here if you say find out more about booking a meeting with the banker. Or here on the right, so clients can see it, we have schedule a meeting. So it's a new application for a client to scheduling a meeting. Innovation in the last year are video meetings that are also going very good. We will talk about that. And I will explain what changed. So the key messages, I will talk to you about the screens, but our cooperation with CROZ started in 2021 when we started thinking what we can jointly do to make life easier for our clients. We wanted to unify all channels we have. So we have mobile, public website, call center, and the branches. So from these channels, these 4 channels, meetings are coming to the bank. We wanted to make it 0-24, so clients can do it in the middle of the night. Some of them are doing it. We have the analysis. So from the previous 5 steps that I will show you, we made it to the 3 steps journey. Client, first what he must select is a topic. So we have 7 topics. We have cash loans, home loans, other loans, cards, accounts, investments, savings, or insurance. When he does this step, he sees this. He can select branch appointment, video meeting, meeting time and date. And this, the most innovation about all this application is that this is connected with the real-time bankers' calendars. So this is slot. If you select 10, then at 10 somebody will accept you. And at 10 somebody is free. If you don't see 10, it means all the country is booked at 10 a.m. So after this and this, when you click continue, you see final screen with your email address where you will have confirmation. You have meeting time, date, summary, and you can write a comment. I would like to buy a car, I would like to renovate or something. So This is also one of the big benefits, real-time view of available slots in every branch. So we have more than 100 branches in Croatia, plus e-branch. We also started with video meetings, so depending on what you select, this is changing. And it's user-friendly. We know that we live in times that everything has to be simple, like Uber and other applications. So we are also targeting young population, which they like to be simple. So definitely we tried to keep it as simple as possible. From the 5 steps, we moved to 3 steps. This is also good for us, good for clients. No need for waiting in lines and saying, I would like to come in 5 days, or calling a call center, nobody is answering, you have to wait. And this is live from August 2022. So we are now learning what is happening, what are the numbers, what are the topics, what clients are selecting. And we will also talk later about the client reactions. So, how it looked before these words widened up. It's not like this in the regional, but never mind. It was 5 steps. So, client was calling a call center. He wanted to book a meeting about some topic, cash loan, mortgage loan, whatever, cards. Call center agent was listening to him and writing what he wants, when he wants, in which part of the country, which branch. Then he was inputting this into other application. This inputted information was going to the branch manager. He was the filter to see, I don't know, Marco can do this, Pero cannot, or something like that. And then when the branch manager selects who will do this meeting, client gets a confirmation. So it was time consuming for the client, for the call center or branch, especially for the branch managers. The problem is if he's not there, somebody else has to do it. And then client was getting the confirmation. Now it looks like this. Client goes to web page or mobile banking application, selects a meeting topic, video meeting or meeting in a branch. Like you saw, he selects location and time. After selecting location, the system is updated with the real-time slots. And on the final, when you click I confirm, you get an email, you will see the email, and it's directly booked in the banker's Outlook calendar. So when the banker comes to the office, he knows what he's doing that day, next day. The meetings are coming all the day. So he's getting notifications, you have this client, this topic, you will see. So this is, let's say, the example of the mail that the client gets. This is a reminder, sorry, but it's similar. This is to remind you of your video meeting schedule for the date, time, and here he has the meeting link for Teams. And we also tried to keep it simple as possible. For the customer, you're increasing the satisfaction because he is managing his time. He knows if he clicks at 10 a.m. that at 10 a.m. somebody will be waiting. You are skipping the line. Automation in the way that you have the first email and the reminder on the day of the meeting, 1 hour before, just to remind you in 1 hour you have a meeting regarding this topic. You can always contact the banker and say something came up, I want to cancel. And like we said, it's user-friendly. For us, we introduced the mobile banking as a new channel, which we didn't have before, to schedule meetings. It was only web or branch or call center, you saw the 5 steps journey. For me, as an ex-call center head, this was the most important, downsizing the calls directed to the call center, because we have ambitious KPIs and ambitious also side with the FTEs. So we had more time for other tasks. Also, automation in the selection of the banker, which was previously done by the branch manager, now is done by the system. And also this I want to mention, according to skills. If you select cash loans, then maybe you have a base of 100 bankers ready to do cash loan. If you select housing loan, then maybe not 100, but 50. But the system knows which 50, because they have in the background description, he is doing cash loan, he is not doing cash loan, he is doing investment, he is not doing investment. Some client doesn't know this, but it's the most important that the meeting gets to the banker with the wide knowledge and the perfect for this client. Also, no need for branch managers to direct the meetings, like we said. They are having, let's say, 5–10% less job per day. And simple view for the branch directors regarding all the meetings happening that day, next day. You can see 2 weeks in advance. But the most important thing also is, you will see now on the next screen, every branch manager in Croatia has obligation to fulfill the free terms for his bankers. So you have a list of bankers. This banker is working in the morning, this one is working in the afternoon, this one is on vacation, and all this you can see in the mobile banking application. What we see as the branch managers, and me as a head of e-branch, I like this the most, is that I know that, for example, relationship manager 1 is having 3 meetings. Red are scheduled meetings, green are free slots. This yellow line is working hours of that banker. If this is not, let's say white, so it means that this banker is not working that day. So, as we all, but banks especially, we have, we must produce loans, packages, mobile banking, something. So I know that this day we have, 15 meetings, and at the end of the day, I can come to every of these people and say how the day went, was it successful, what you talked about. I see the topic, name of the client. I can check the client to see if I can maybe help intervene or something. So what we talked about earlier, everything what is happening is directly booked in the banker's calendar. Client receives an email confirmation that his appointment is booked, and the client knows the name and the surname of the banker who will have a meeting with. And if this banker, for example, has one meeting and he does not show up this day, I know that I can switch it maybe here. So I do this, client gets a new email, and he doesn't have to call, worry, or we have to call him and make extra steps. So, what happened? Before, we had 60 to 70% of the meetings coming from the branches, and 20 to 30% meetings coming from call center and web. We know the term FT, efficiency, and similar. So these people are supposed to do something that will make money, not to do some operational job, but also meetings are important to make money. And now, we decreased this 60 to 70% to 45 to 55%. So we free up time in branches, we free up time in call center, and we introduced the mobile banking as an additional channel for scheduling meetings. So many thousands of clients have mobile banking, and now they can easily come to the branch, to the banker. Also, important thing, when you saw we have it on web. Mobile banking is for clients only, but web is for also non-clients, because the first step is inputting your personal number. If a system checks you're a client, you will have a you can choose video meeting or branch meeting. If the system sees you are a new client, you will be offered only branch meeting. And we know that it's working because, for example, one colleague started the job in Zagrebačka banka, and I didn't know he was using this advanced appointment system. And he told me that he did all the steps on web, and he came at 10 a.m. in one branch in New Zagreb. And at 10 a.m. banker was waiting. The banker knew what was the topic. He had all the papers ready. Sign here, sign here, sign here. And he was shocked because at that time in the branch there was 20 people waiting on the redomat, or how to say, this machine where you select numbers. He showed up, I have it 10, please go here. So this is also the benefit. I didn't want to make it wider, but let's say 3 most important customer quotes. The last one I was speaking about now. Meeting booking was very fast and easy. When I came to the branch, I skipped the line. So this is the most important word, skipping the line. Very digital and modern solution. I don't need to call the branch and worry if somebody will answer, because we all know that nobody is answering. I just book a meeting when I want. So this is from the business side. Now I will switch to Luka, and then later if you have questions we can continue.
Thanks, Vanja. So from the how we built it side, really nothing special, but on the other hand a bit different than usual. So today and yesterday a lot about human-centric approach, putting the customer needs in focus, etc., etc. So we did that. Beside that, the difference was that when we started talking about the whole need, we were included at the beginning of the project. So at the beginning of the whole idea, which enabled us to help the team, so work together as a team on this solution, co-create the possibilities together. And it was very interesting because we were working very directly with the business side. IT was also there included, but we were able to ideate on possible things together with business side, and also present the business side the capabilities of what technology can and cannot do. In how we did it, so a lot of discovery-focused workshops to align stakeholders on the vision, user needs, feature priorities. It resulted with an MVP, which was released in order to validate assumptions, gather customer feedback, adapt, and through minor releases, integrating and building the solution. Just a glimpse of outcomes from these discovery workshops. So they are workshops who are aligning views, basically. They are a lot of interviews, customer personas created, and customer journeys documented. So for example, here you have an example of a persona as a client. What's important for the client? So not taking into focus the functionality, but the real benefit which the client has. And that is, for example, I want to be the owner of my time. So when Vanja said one of the biggest benefits of the solution is that I skip the line when I come to the branch, you know. Okay, it can create a lot of enemies, but on the other hand, then it follows up with extra additional benefits. So customer call center going down with all the effort which is put on them. And by using these things, you're basically prototyping the solution even before the real development and verifying that you're aiming good. Once this was kind of a scope of the MVP, so minimum viable product. manual appointment scheduling, video appointments. So we were going very, I would say, focused and not wide with these parts. And after this was confirmed, release one was made. So just to conclude, the difference between the usual cooperation with an external vendor. So when you're in the shoes that you are delivering something without a bigger context of what are you doing and why are you doing, it's hard to be included as much as you're in a position from the beginning and you know which real pain are you looking for, which business targets do you want to reach, and how the thing that you are producing will in the end create value. So this human value that we've been talking about. And that's it. Thank you, Vanja, once again for joining us.